When you first land your on-campus job, one of the main tools that you will be utilizing is a platform called Kronos. Kronos is Pepperdine's online timekeeping system that allows students to keep track of the hours that they've worked throughout the week so that they can get paid accordingly. In order to access Kronos, you can visit the site using one of two ways. You can go into your general address bar and type in mytime.pepperdine.edu, and that will take you directly to the Kronos site. Using this site, you can log in with your WaveNet credentials, and it should log you into the system. Another method that you can use in order to access Kronos is to go through your WaveNet portal. Once you log into your WaveNet portal, you'll see in the top right-hand corner where it says the word timesheet. When you click on this link, it should automatically log you in to the system so that you can go ahead and log your hours. You'll notice that the first main page that comes up will show the 2-week time period for which you're currently in. So, when you're looking to put in time for your job, you're only going to be focused on the two columns titled in and out. For instance, say that you work on Monday, August 24th from 8 a.m. to 12 p.m. Kronos automatically assumes that any number that you put into the system is AM, so make sure that you distinguish between your AM and your PM. So for example, if I worked from 8 a.m., I'm going to type in 8A in my in column, and in the out column I'm going to type 12P. This shows that I've logged hours from 8 a.m. to 12 p.m. In order to save this into my time card, I'll click the word save, and you'll notice that it disappears. Because Kronos is a system that works online, it does have a little bit of a lag time, so it might take a minute for the system to catch up and realize that you've input time. So this is where you'll refresh your screen. Sometimes it may even take up to 10 times before your time will actually show up appropriately. So as you can see here, on Monday 8/24, it logged in my time from 8 a.m. to 12 p.m. You can see that my shift lasted 4 hours, and for that day, I had 4 hours of time, and during this time period, I've only worked 4 hours thus far. So let's look at another example. Let's say that on Monday, I worked 8 a.m. to 12 p.m. I took about an hour to go to class, and then I needed to work from 1 p.m. to 5 p.m. Well, as you notice, each date only gets one row. I'm going to need an additional row to show my second shift that I worked. In order to do this, I need to click on the date. You'll notice that it highlights the row, and I'll go up to the word More. From here, I'll look at this bottom option, which gives me the ability to add a row. When I do this, a blank row appears, and I can go ahead and input my second shift for that day. So I'm going to save it. It's going to disappear. I'll continue to refresh, and then it should show up appropriately. So what happens if you make a mistake? Let's say I need to actually adjust one of my times. So for example, I didn't work from 1 p.m. to 5 p.m. and instead I need to make an adjustment. So let's say that I worked from 3 p.m. to 5 p.m. Once I input my new time, I need to save again, and then I'll click refresh until it shows itself. If you notice, there's a small error that presents itself in this screen. If you kind of hover over, it looks like an upside down red question mark, and it says the words long break. Since Kronos is normally used for full-time employees, it doesn't quite understand breaks longer than 1 hour. So, in this case, it's just wondering why you had a break in shift from 12 to 2 p.m. This red exclamation point is just a flag or reminder to make sure that you're checking your time, and you can ignore it as it does not affect whether or not your time is being clocked in appropriately. One thing you do want to watch out for, though, is if the entire cell turns red. For example, if I only put in my out time on Wednesday as 5 p.m. and save, you'll notice that this red box highlights itself. And if you hover over, it says missed out punch. Basically, that means that you forgot to put an out time. So the system doesn't recognize why there's a break here or why that you have it blank. At the end of your 2-week time period, you'll receive an email saying that you need to approve your time card by a specific date. What this is asking for is you to log in to your time card and check to make sure that you have input your time correctly for the past 2 weeks. If you are satisfied with everything that you see, what you can do is go up to the word More and you'll select Approve. When you do this, you are basically applying your digital signature to your time card and stating that you're ready to approve all the information that is currently in the system. If you make a mistake, you do have the option to remove that approval, but beware, because if it is too close to payroll and your supervisor has already approved your time card, you may get an error when trying to remove your approval if you have to make adjustments. If this happens, just email your supervisor and let them know that you need to go ahead and add in more time to your time card or make adjustments. They have the ability to remove the approval and then allow you to make any changes as needed. If you realize that there's a problem after payroll is already processed and you've received your payment, what you can do is visit the Student Employment Office and fill out a paper time card to make up for those hours that you missed payment for.